Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Kindness Wins Games, where we are playing Cities Skylines, and we are in the city of Peach Trees. Along with bringing our population up to 50,000 people, we also want to establish 15,000 squares of organic and local produce, which means that we need to first create a strong farming industry here in Peach Trees. So our plan for today is to start over here in this field. It isn't tremendously fertile, but we have some fertile land here that we can work with. So we're going to have just some general farming here. And then we will turn our attention over to the biochar company, where last time we created this so far 2-star farm. And we have not yet added any of our tier 2 buildings, so we'll get into those in just a little bit. Like I said, let's start over here in this field. So I think what I want to do is lay out what I want our farming industry here to look like, and then before we get into zoning, we'll make a highway connection and also make a connection over to Peach Trees proper. And then we will zone it and watch it grow. So let's get into it. All right, so I had a pretty hard time figuring out what I wanted to do with this layout, and that's partly because I tend to second guess almost every layout that I make in the game, but it's also because there's just not a whole lot of fertility to work with here. So I decided to kind of go with this like simple grid here, and then I sort of liked this leaf shape coming over and connecting to this other side. So we're going to make a connection to the highway here, and I think what I'm going to do is keep it very simple and just make a just a simple overpass and then like a diamond interchange. So, and I want to make sure that it's not too close to this off ramps here. So maybe we'll actually put it over. We can make 2 of them. We'll do one over here and one over here. Here we go. All right, so there are the overpasses. Now let's just make some connections. All right, so not the most realistic set of actions, but that's all right. I feel good about this. We have a couple of simple overpasses with diamond connections that kind of connect everything up here. Let's go ahead and upgrade these roads too. I want to make sure that, what is this? This is a highway here. You know what? Let's do that. I definitely want our trucks to kind of be able to get in and out fairly quickly and effectively. All right, so now that our road layout is done and we have our connections, let us bring in some water and electricity. That takes care of water. Now for electricity. Let's just run some of these power lines. And then we will... Oh, wait, you know what? First, we need to district this. Let's go ahead and just kind of convert this whole area here. All right, and let's call this... peach trees, fertile grounds. Policies. We want smoke detector distribution. Just in case we end up with some recycling centers over here, we will select recycle plastics. So we might, considering it's going to be an industry area. Although since farming is clean industry, maybe that doesn't make much sense. All right, I take it back. We do not need to encourage biking here. We don't need a workers' union. We will provide free Wi-Fi. Okay, excellent. Now, let's mark it as farming. And then connect our power through that little area there. Doesn't look like anything wants to develop here. Looks to me like this is within the fertile area. I know that our industry demand is fairly low compared to the others, but I am surprised that nothing is popping up here. Let's give it a little more time. Okay, there we go. Let's see. Bread and beyond. Okay, excellent. So now we have this whole area set up, and I think what I want to do is, because our industry demand is somewhat low, if we just zone all of this as industry, that really won't do us very much good, because we won't have any residents available to take on the jobs. So I think it would be smart for us to provide some residential zoning in these areas that are not fertile. So let's lay out a few more roads and then zone some residential before creating our farm industry here. Maybe as a way of marking off what areas I want to become farm industry, I can use this. Yeah, let's do this. Let's use this fence asset to mark off the areas that we're going to place farms like this. I think we may have some farming here. Actually, no, let's... Okay, I'm not loving this. So instead of that, I will go ahead and mark off . All right, we're going to try that. That's quite a lot of farming industry there for not a whole lot of fertile land, but we'll see how it works out. Let's go ahead and mark this as organic and local produce as well. And we will zone out some of our low-density commercial zoning here. I think what I'll do is have some low-density residential toward the farmland, but then as we make our way over to Smithson Bridge and Smithson Road here, I think this will be more high-density. That way we can really pack in the population here. I almost forgot about services. Okay, I didn't introduce too many services over here. I want to get this area populated and start growing our farming industry here. So I'm kind of eager to zone out the rest of this and then let it run. All right, let's let it go. All right, let's slow things down and investigate. Oh man, we did not run water through these streets, so let's go ahead and do that now. Sorry, everybody. All right, there we go. And it occurs to me that this area should maybe be self-sufficient residential. So before, I mean, listen, there are already quite a few homes that have populated here. So this is going to be regretful for those folks, but I really like the look of these self-sufficient buildings. In particular, I like the high residential zoning self-sufficient buildings. I think they're really neat. They've got like the green rooftops. So I'm going to enjoy kind of zoning some of those here. All right. All those people who had just moved in, sorry folks, but we need to demolish all of your homes and rebuild from the ground up. We'll see you in 2 to 4 years. All right, so we can see that we have zoned way too many farms for the few number of citizens that we have over in this area, but that is all right. Things will work out over time. Let's turn our attention to a couple of other things. One of them is this traffic issue here. I'm thinking that a simple change we can make that might help, I'm really not sure, is to convert this into a 6-lane road. This may help alleviate some of the pressure on this intersection by providing a left turning lane in addition to straight and right. Let's let this play out for just a couple of minutes and see if this makes any difference. This does not appear to have helped in any significant way, although it's clear that this, at least for the moment, isn't a tremendous problem because the traffic is moving. If we take a look at our traffic flow, we're at 88%, which frankly is not all that bad. So let's go ahead and head over to our the biochar company over here, and we need to introduce a couple more industry buildings. First of all, let's provide a couple of barracks for our workers. All right, 4 should do. That gives us plus 20% work efficiency here on this farm. So we're at 120%. That's great. Now, maybe it would have been smarter for me to place these here. You know what? I'm going to go ahead and move these. The relocation cost is only 2,000. We have plenty of funds, so I'm not worried about that. All right, that's nice. Now, what did we get here for leveling up to level 2? Do we have any additional pastures? We have small barn. That's nice. Let's put one of those right over here. Okay. And then I'm thinking for now, let's simply tack on 4 more crop fields here, and we will do wheat. This is corn over here, so let's do... Oh, these potatoes? No. Okay, so we'll do potatoes here. Excellent. Yeah. All right, and then we'll let that go. And now I want to convert a couple of our existing commercial spaces into organic and local produce. So let's take a look at our zoning. And so I don't want to think too hard about this, but I do want to be considerate. So trying to toe a line here. I think what we should do is identify 3 locations and convert those. We don't want it to be too many, though. So how about this? We'll make this area a little farmer's market. So let's go ahead and do this now. Oh, you know what? I think, yeah, we need to erase the existing district. Nice. Okay. I didn't really want to include these roads, but since it's kind of locking onto them, we'll go ahead and just follow the road pathing. There we go. Okay, so now we have this area here to work with, and let me rezone it. Okay, and then let's make sure that we have all of the policies of the surrounding area. So we want this power usage, water usage, we have recycling on. And we won't worry about that schools out policy. We'll leave that off. But we will select small business enthusiast. And we will mark this as organic and local produce. Now we're going to see a lot of businesses close up shop, but they have thrived here for many years, I think. Haven't kept track. Maybe a few years. Maybe a few months, and now it's time for them to go. The people of Peach Trees have declared that this area will now be... we can't go with Butler Farmers Market. And I can't keep calling everything Peach Trees this or that. So let's call this Riverside Farmers Market. All right, we'll drop the apostrophe. Farmers Market. Boom. I love it. All right, so that's 1. Let's see. I kind of like the idea of turning this little park area, converting it into organic and local produce. People can grab a bite to eat and then have a stroll in the park. I guess they could do that now with the existing food, but they will do it with some fresh produce instead. Orchard Square is a nice name. And we'll actually just keep Orchard Square as is. Why is it? There we go. And we will simply mark this. Organic and local produce. And let's go ahead and watch this one happen here. Our commercial demand is pretty low, so we may not have new structures coming in right away. In fact, let's go ahead and increase our residential over here in this area and hope for a little bit of a kind of a spillover effect on the other side of the city. All right, let's not forget to run water this time around. And we probably will need a high school, so we will put one of those down. We can put maybe a small library branch here, just to kind of boost education a little bit, since there's going to be a pretty high population of people here. No, I changed my mind on that. Instead, we will provide a yoga garden here. Okay, and then I actually did not intend for all of these roads to be dirt roads. Let me go and upgrade these. Okay, I've upgraded most of these roads. I wanted to keep some of the dirt roads so that it continues to have kind of a farming area feel, farming industry feel. And then here, we're going to keep this really simple and just mark all of these as high density residential. And then we'll come in and add, just as kind of an afterthought, a few tiles of high density commercial. And high density commercial is really loud, so we don't want too many of these structures. Let's leave this open. And maybe we'll put like a basketball court here. No, you know what? Let's do a dog park here. And then we'll do a basketball court here. That feels cool. Oh, hang on a second. I did not check our zoning. This needs to be pulled down here. There we go. Sorry, buildings. Okay, hopefully this helps significantly with the lack of jobs here. Let's actually, I want to just see something. I'm going to leave this right here. Oh yeah, look at that. We're already seeing some of these abandoned buildings be demolished, and then in their place, we have new farms coming up. All right, let's give it another few minutes and see what happens here. All right, look at that. We have a grand city, 19,000 population. We've unlocked solar power plant, baseball park. Oh, these are some of my favorite buildings, the waste transfer facility and the processing complex. These can replace like your recycling centers and landfills, and they're a little bit more efficient, and they're also just sort of nicer looking, I think. Okay, that's excellent. Let's slow this down, and then this... I can't tell whether this is getting better or worse. It seems like it's getting moderately better. So we'll leave that alone. And we need to convert our third little area of our organic and local produce. Look at this. This seems pretty successful here. We'll call that a win. All right, what will be our third area here? How about over... Well, no, that... See, this area doesn't have a ton of commercial, so we don't want to... overdo it. The cozy corners here, we've got Orchard Square, Riverside Farmers Market. All right, man. I'm going to, instead of doing 3, we'll leave it at 2. And between the Cozy Corner, Orchard Square, and Riverside Farmers Market, plus the commercial area that we have over here, we should have many more squares, at least than we did before. Let's see what our progress is like on that. Goals. Wow. We only have 679. Not to be deterred, at least we have taken steps toward producing our own produce here locally in peach trees. This will allow us to eventually reach that goal. And I'm thinking that what we're going to do next time is really focus a lot more of our attention here at the Biochar Company and grow this to be a very robust farm here in peach trees that can feed the monumental number of 15,000 squares of organic and local produce. All right, so that'll do it for today. And next time, we will expand the Biochar Company and continue plugging away at those organic and local produce squares. Thanks, everyone, for joining me, and I will see you next time.